For our first question, so along the lines of, what was the most fun? One of our users asked, what has been the most challenging part? It's a two-part question. What has been the most challenging part of Telios to build?
I would say definitely the peer-to-peer data sharing aspect of it. This is the part that was a big unknown when we first started building it. So it's built on a technology called a Hypercore protocol. And what's really unique about Telios that other services don't really do is that all of your data is stored locally on your devices in these databases. And when you go to sync a new device, those databases in real time replicate and sync with each other. So what that means is we don't have any of your data, for the app that you're storing on it. It's all encrypted. We can't see it. It's all local first. And that's like a very new idea and new thing to try and build on the internet. And when we started building it, there wasn't a mobile solution for it yet. We didn't know how or if it would work on mobile yet. And so that was it's still challenging getting that working flawlessly, but we're very, very close. But that for sure has been the most difficult piece, but I think it'll be the most rewarding for the community when it's working flawlessly.
No, I mean, I think, again, kind of going to the peer-to-peer aspect, one thing that's very difficult about building peer-to-peer technology, especially private technology, is the whole debugging aspect. Debugging the app sometimes is very difficult because we don't have access to people's data. And so when people are having issues with the application, there's only so much visibility we have into it. So it's, we've been working with this app for a long time. So we know kind of where some of the pain points could be. And so that helps educate like our approach, right? But sometimes when there's new stuff that pop out, it takes us a while to really pinpoint what the issue is, because we can't just log into your account, try it out, and say, oh yeah, that's the problem. So that's why, with some of the users, sometimes we ask them to use a debugger and help us with that whole process, just because it's part of building an encrypted and private tool. Like we need our users to assist us with some of that stuff that may be a little bit more than your typical web application where somebody can just log into your account.
Yeah, and I'll add, it's a learning experience for us too. So we're adding tools and things in the actual app that will make it easier for our users to report issues and for us to find those issues. But right now, it's a pretty manual process.
Yeah, and actually that's something that I'm interested to see what kind of innovation it will drive for us, because you have to rethink the way debugging and reporting and that kind of stuff may be done, because we don't have access to our user data. So how do we account for the performance of the app and all that stuff? So I think it'll lead to interesting innovation down the road, in terms of like how debugging in these peer-to-peer apps is done. But right now, to Garrett's point, it's fairly manual.
Part two of the question: will self-hosted nodes allow for custom domains?
Well, yeah, so you can have custom domains without self-hosted nodes. I suppose that's kind of like a two-part question, I guess. So custom domains is something that we're working on right now. As of this recording, it's November 29th. We're hoping to have those out before the end of this year, or very early Q1. And so custom domains will run through our current node just fine. In the future, when we have the resources available to us, we want to be able to have a deployable node that people can run on their own hardware to interact with the network, and you can create your own custom domains on that node or your own accounts, and they'll all be interoperable with the network.